The fight for American manufacturing is the fight for America's future. And I believe that's a fight this country can win. But we've got to have leadership in the White House. Enough of this do nothing, won't even try style of leadership. We need somebody who's going to roll up their sleeves and get busy and get to work. Now, I also want to reform our tax code so that it doesn't reward the lobbyists who wrote it, but the American workers and small businesses who deserve it. We're going to stop giving tax breaks to companies that ship jobs overseas. We're going to give them to companies that invest right here in Grand Rapids, right here in Michigan, right here in the United States. I will eliminate capital gains taxes for small businesses and startups so that we can grow our economy and create the high-wage, high-tech jobs of tomorrow. I will cut taxes. Listen here, because you guys are being fed these ads that don't tell the truth. I will cut taxes for 95% of all working families. My opponent doesn't want you to know this, but under my plan, tax rates will actually be less than they were under Ronald Reagan. If you make less than $250,000 a year, let me show of hands. How many people make less than $250,000 a year? All right. Well, I'm talking to you then. You will not see your taxes increase one single dime in an Obama administration. 95% of you will see your taxes go down. In fact, I offer 3 times the tax relief for middle-class families as Senator McCain does. Because in an economy like this one, the last thing we should do is raise taxes on the middle class. I'm going to reform our health care system so we can relieve families, businesses, and our economy from the crushing cost of health care. We'll invest in new technology. We'll invest in preventive care so people aren't going to the emergency room for treatable illnesses like asthma and diabetes. If you have health care, my plan will lower your premiums. We'll work with your employer. If you don't have health care, you'll be able to buy the same kind of coverage that members of Congress give themselves. We'll reduce costs for businesses and their workers by picking up the tab for some of the most expensive illnesses and conditions, because that's how we'll make our companies more competitive in the 21st century. And I am going to make sure that we tell the insurance companies to cut it out. You know, my mother died of cancer when she was 53 years old, and that was hard enough. But to watch her on a hospital bed arguing with insurance companies because they were saying that maybe there's a pre-existing condition, we don't have to pay for your treatment. I know what it's like to see a loved one suffer, not just because they're sick, but because of a broken healthcare system. It is wrong, and it will change when I'm president. We will make them stop discriminating against those who are sick and need care the most.